how to apply for jobs in a record amount of time using AI. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Usually I get on here and I really like to talk about using AI to optimize your life or using AI to build a business. There have been a lot of layoffs this week specifically. I know a few people have been laid off and I don't want to gatekeep. I think there's a huge opportunity to use AI to apply for jobs. In fact, it's something that I used when I was applying, and I think I have some tips that are too good not to share. So let's get into it. When I think about applying to jobs using AI and really trying to make the most of my time, there is a 3-step framework that I think you should apply. First is prepare before you even apply. And so what that means is make sure your LinkedIn and your resume are in the best shape that they can be in. Make sure they are speaking to one another, because recruiters, when you submit your resume, will look at your LinkedIn to validate that information. And so it doesn't have to be exact, but as much as you're sharing as possible on your LinkedIn is ideal, because that helps them find you and validate what's in your resume. So the first is to prepare for those applications. The second is to submit applications. And here I have a sneaky tool that I'm going to show you that was a game changer when I was applying. Like, we all know the struggle of going to LinkedIn, finding a role, uploading your resume, and proceeding to have them ask for every single piece of information that was also already on your resume. And a lot of these applications have the upload from your resume feature, but it's never accurate, and you've always got to adjust the formatting or get something wrong. Well, I have a tool that has changed the game for me. It's literally one-click apply for most job applications. So I'm going to walk you through that. They haven't paid me. They haven't endorsed me. I just think that the tool is amazing, and I think you'll love it as well. So that's the second step, is really use AI to apply and cut down on all the details that job applications require. And then the third thing is networking. So in this job market, I feel like gone are the days of just being able to shoot an application in the dark and get a job, especially when you have jobs posted on LinkedIn and they're shifting through 500 applications, 1,000 applications, 2,000 applications. I've actually seen a lot of companies limit the time they have a job posted just so they get a manageable amount of applications that they can actually get through. And so knowing someone at the company, or even connecting with someone that you don't know, that someone that's just willing to talk to you, is often the way in. And so I think there's a way to use AI for that as well, and that you would be surprised by. Okay. All right. So I am on ChatGPT Operator, and I'm going to ask it to go look at my LinkedIn profile and make sure it's optimized for chief of staff roles, and to also look at my resume and do the same, and then make sure my LinkedIn and resume are talking to each other. So I want to apply for chief of staff roles. And I'm using Operator for this just because Operator can go click into LinkedIn and read it and recommend changes. I will copy the same post into basic Chat GPT to see if it can do this as well. So read my LinkedIn and make recommendations to improve. Read my resume and make recommendations to improve. 3, make sure my LinkedIn and the resume are aligned so a recruiter reading will clearly understand both. I have put my LinkedIn profile URL. I've attached my resume as a PDF, and let's put Operator to the test and see how it does it. So Operator is thinking, it's navigating to my LinkedIn profile. It's cool to see it in browser. So Operator has its own browser. It's navigating to it like a human, which is really cool. It's bringing up my LinkedIn profile and reading it. Let's see how long this takes. That's what I'm really interested in. Okay, it's reading, it's thinking. So actually, it just gave me feedback. I just missed that. So it worked for under a minute, 50 seconds. And it gave me feedback on my LinkedIn profile. It says expand the about section with specific achievements. That's fair. My about section is pretty general. Highlight accomplishments aligning with chief of staff responsibilities and ensure key competencies like communication and leadership are emphasized. So now it's going to review my resume. And like I said, I attached my resume. So it's already opened my resume and it read my resume in 39 seconds, which I'm really impressed. It says, I reviewed your resume and find it aligns well with your LinkedIn profile. Here's some suggestions. Add a summary or objective statement emphasizing strategic leadership. This one I somewhat agree with, but I know that objective statements are a little bit outdated for resumes. Number 2 is highlight specific achievements demonstrating leadership and strategic planning. That's fair. I need more leadership. And 3, align skills and competencies with those on LinkedIn. Okay, so these changes will create a cohesive narrative for recruiters. So feedback is not bad. I asked it to do 3 things. It did those 3 things, and it did those 3 things in under 3 minutes, which is pretty crazy. So that's really how easy it is to have ChatGPT make recommendations. And I was specifically using an Operator. So an Operator is a subscription-based product. It costs $200 a month. So I just want to see if the regular ChatGPT that's free can do this as well, so everyone else can benefit from it without paying. So let me check that now. Okay, so I'm in regular ChatGPT model. I've put my LinkedIn profile and I've updated my resume. Let's see if it can do the same thing, and let's see how long it takes. Right, it's searching the web. It says, as I don't have access to your LinkedIn profile, these are general suggestions based on best practices for a chief of staff role. Okay. So it can't review my LinkedIn profile. So that's one of the benefits of having Operator. Operator can go click into a website and view it. Now, what you probably could do is you could take a screenshot of your LinkedIn and it could probably review your LinkedIn. So let me see if that works. I'm going to take a screenshot of my LinkedIn. So I put in a screenshot of my LinkedIn experience to see if ChatGPT is able to read it. Okay. So it's giving me some general improvements, consistency in title and dates, expand role details, use bullet points for clarity, and add more metrics and impact, which is fair. And then it breaks it down by role, which is super helpful. And then it has some final actions to improve alignment, ensure key achievements on your resume are reflected in LinkedIn descriptions, match job titles exactly, use bullet points on LinkedIn, highlight chief of staff experience clearly, and add more measurable outcomes on your LinkedIn role. So this is pretty good. It took about the same amount of time as Operator. And the only difference was you had to screenshot your LinkedIn. So this is not something I would pay $200 extra for Operator for, but really great. You're able to, in under 5 minutes, get feedback on how to improve your profile. And I'm sure if you ask follow-up questions, the ChatGPT AI would be able to give you additional details to make that improvement. So that's the first step. As I mentioned before, the first step is really preparing before you submit the applications. The second step, that is the one that probably takes the most time, is the apply step. And so let's just go walk through an application. Strategic business operations role at Airbnb. We go into the application and we have the simplified plugin. So it pops right up on your browser over the application and you click autofill. And when you hit autofill, it immediately fills in all of your information. So something that may have taken me, taken a few minutes to submit this, especially for the applications that ask for a lot of details. This does it immediately. So it automatically plugs it in. It attached my resume. It attached my LinkedIn profile. It also fills out these identity questions for you and makes it really easy. So all you have to do is hit submit. So autofill for this feature is amazing, and the product is free. I say the second thing that's really great is the keywords match. I also use this. And so what it does is it lists the keywords that came up in the job description and shows how closely your resume matches. And so what you can do is you can look at these words and figure out ways to incorporate them in your resume, re-upload your resume to simplify, and then use that new resume to apply for a job. So clearly my resume needs work here. And so that's a good nudge to tailor your resume for a job. So this is how Simplify works. If it were one of those Workday applications that asks for a description of every role and has you work through every role, Simplify would work for that as well. So there's only like a few applications I have seen where Simplify hasn't worked. And so really there's no excuse not to be able to save the jobs that fit really well for you and then go apply to them as quickly as possible, right? Because we all know that the sooner you apply, the quicker you apply, the more likely you are to get in front of a recruiter. So I said before, we talk about how to prepare. This was all about applying. And the third step is about networking. I want to use Operator to figure out who in my network works at LinkedIn that I could reach out to and network about this role. So what I would say here is, hi, I applied for a strategic business operations role at Airbnb. Who in my LinkedIn network works there? Please identify and draft a networking message that I can send to network to, I guess, let's say, learn more about the role. Okay, again, I'm all about testing Operator while I have a subscription. And so I gave it the task to go search my Airbnb or search my LinkedIn connections that work at Airbnb. So let's see if it can do that. It's going to my LinkedIn, and I haven't done this before, so I'll be really interested in how well. Okay, so it found someone, it drafted a message to them, very simple, very straightforward, and it's asking me, would I like to send that message? No, I would not like to send that message, but thank you for drafting it. So short, simple, sweet. If I was looking for a job today, those are the 3 steps I would take using AI. Operator it makes things really easy if you have it. If you don't have it, there are workarounds like uploading screenshots of your resume or manually going through your LinkedIn connections yourself to find someone to network with. But you can still use AI to write your networking message. So as I said before, there's really 3 steps. The first is prepare. Make sure AI has looked at your resume, has looked at your LinkedIn, and is giving you feedback on how to improve it for the roles that you're looking for. The second is apply. And I would highly recommend you download that Simplify plugin. That website was a game changer for me when I was applying. And the last is making sure you're networking. And to make that easy, you can have AI write your message. You can tweak it, and that way you can get many more out. So you can get in front as many people as possible. Happy job hunting. Until next time, thanks for watching.